Welcome to lesson 11, simplifying multi-step expressions. Our criteria for success is the same as the last one, that you're using space to properly do the order of operations, that you can identify your like terms and combine them correctly, and that your final answer is in standard form. So to start off, I just want you to see the progression of these types of questions from 6th grade all the way to the Algebra I Regents. And just looking, what do you see? What do you notice? So in 6th grade, you probably saw just something that looked like this one over here. So 5 times 6x plus 3y. And what you're noticing is by 6th grade, you could distribute. And you could tell whether or not something was a like term. That's how long these ideas have been going on in this practice. So some of this may have felt like review in the past few lessons, and that's okay, because sometimes we want to make sure that we've really mastered something. Even if we know it, just getting that refresher is really helpful so we don't make silly mistakes. Now, by 7th grade, you're still combining like terms, but you're also working with rational numbers. Meaning you probably had some decimals and some fractional numbers, but it's the same math. It was nothing different about that. You knew what you can add and subtract together, and sometimes they made it more tricky. So looking at the second one, it would be, I have 2n minus 0.18n. These are still like terms, so you would have 1.82n. So again, the numbers aren't as friendly, but you can still do that math. So you're still doing like terms and adding, subtracting. Now, by now that you're getting ready to do the Algebra I Regents, notice you still have distributing happening. So you have 3 times x squared plus 2x minus 3. But you're working with polynomials. So it's still order of ops. You still have to combine like terms, but now you're doing it with polynomials. That's it. That's really the only difference. You know how to work with these numbers. So I just wanted you to see the progression, that this is building onto the math that you've been doing since you were a lot younger. So now using that, we're going to look at a Regents question from January 2019. If C is equal to 2a squared minus 5 and D is equal to 3 minus a, then C minus 2D equals. So I don't like to look at the multiple choice options when I'm working through a problem. So I'm going to just start by putting our beginning part. I have C minus 2D, and I'm going to start by substituting. We know what C is 2a squared minus 5 minus 2 times, we know what D is, 3 minus a. Okay, so where am I going to start now? I'm going to use my order of ops. And that means I'm going to start with, could I do anything in the parentheses? No, 3 minus a, they are not like terms, but I can distribute. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave the first parts alone. And now I'm going to distribute minus 2 times 3 and minus 2 times negative a. So now I have 2a squared minus 5 minus 6 plus 2a. Okay, so from this point on, what can I do? I'm going to combine like terms. Where do you see the like terms? I only see minus 5 and minus 6. I can't add the 2a squared and the 2a. They are not like terms. So I have 2a squared minus 11 plus 2a. And now my final step is I want it in standard form. So I have to make sure it's decreasing. So 2a squared plus 2a minus 11. And this is done. So let's look to see which one matches in our multiple choice. Let's see, 2a squared plus 2a minus 11. I see it right here in C. And that's why, my friends, I do not just go straight to the multiple choice options. I actually do the math and I look to see what matches my work. Now notice if I had not put my answer in standard form, I may not have recognized my correct answer there. So just make sure that you have your final answer like that. So looking at my notes, what did I demonstrate? Because I used space, yes, I simplified the problem. I knew when to distribute. I could combine like terms, and I wrote my final answer in standard form. So I've demonstrated mastery. So I will be prepared to do my exit ticket because I know what I'm doing and I've gotten good feedback. So that's it for today's lesson. Nice and sweet. We're just building on to these skills. Take some time to ask your peers for feedback if you need so. Even if it's just, hey, I'm going to practice, check and see how accurate I am and give me feedback there. And I will see you in the next lesson. Be well, Math Marbles.